Come, it's Tuesday evening. We know what that means, guys. Taco Tuesdays. It is my favourite day of the week. I know I like Sundays as well, but Tuesdays is my favourite day of the week. So let's just pop on there. Let's turn that off. Let's make sure that broadcast is on. Is indeed. Okay, so we are round 4. If you remember, last week was pretty epic at Zolder, and the racing at Zolder was so close. I struggled to watch some of it, really. I had to have my eyes closed, but yeah, we're at Brands this week, which will be equally as interesting. And if you look up there, you can see those little clouds up there. We may have some interference from the weather. You never know. But as we do every week, we will we'll run through a couple of bits at the start for everyone that's interested in their stats. So we'll look at the teams, we'll look at the driver stand-ins, we will obviously do a lap guide as well. Don't forget Coops competition, you know that's going to be epic, and everyone wants a shiny setup from me. And our feature driver. So I think we've got sort of 13.5 minutes left to practice. I think we should definitely get on with that interview today. Now, again, scratching around, you know, trying to bribe loads of people, and you know, I don't know why people don't want to be so famous. But one guy stood up tall, yeah, and in fact, he was holding his hands in the air so much. I thought he was like Donkey from Shrek, like, you know, pick me. So we've got a chap. He's been with us a couple of weeks, probably 3 or 4, and I think he's making some waves. And I think that will continue tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, for your enjoyment, we've got Keno DJ. Are you in there, mate? Hello, Keno. How are you? Good. I'm glad that you could join us. Now, if you just start by telling everyone a little bit about yourself, really. There's a little bit of a twang in that accent, isn't there? Oh dear, Keno. You're not coming through on the feed. So there's something in those. No, there's something in those settings there. That. Go and have a quick look. But I mean, I'm not going to be able to give you first, second, third line support under this type of pressure. Whilst you're having a look at that, Georgie Priest is in. Hey Georgie, yeah, no sound. I know that, mate. We're trying to rectify that. Will's in. Yes. Well, Will, we know. Thank you, Will. And Kagatacos is saying, is there a slot available in the server? Well, let me have a little look, see. Whilst Keno's having a look. Any joy, Keno? Yeah, that's all right. So it did. Well, Kaga, we are due to have 20 in tonight, mate. Yeah, share his voice in the settings. I totally get that, Will, but I don't know whereabouts in the settings it is on the PS5. So if anyone's watching, that's part of Coops competition tonight in the chat, is pop in there. Whereabouts in the PS5 settings do you go to allow your voice to be shared in the chat? Okay, we'll get through it, Keno. See what we're doing here. So if anyone can help us, because, you know, we want to have a chat with him. But whilst that is happening, we're into your practice time, which is annoying. Oh good, okay. Fine. So Keno said he's had loads of practice, so he doesn't mind trying to sort this out. We'll have a look at IR Graham, just whilst we're having a, well, trying to fix that issue, really. That's the problem with all these, this technology that we've all got. So I guess you should probably try and have a look. Voice in settings. Yeah, I don't know where they will. Maybe someone's having a look now. If Dal was online, Dal would be able to tell you, but he's in the other server. So okay, whilst you're doing that, Keno, yeah, if you get any joy, just shout at me and say I'm good, because obviously they won't hear that. If you don't get any joy, just say it's not working, Mark. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through driver stand-ins and stuff whilst that's going on in the background, yeah? Okay, so just give me a shout either way, yeah? And if we can't do it this week, don't worry, we'll make sure that we get it fixed in the week and you can do it next week. So whatever you're on, don't worry. Anyway, so for everyone else watching whilst that's taking place, let's look through the standings as we do watch IR Graham. If you remember last week, he managed to get a victory last week, so he's currently sat at the top on 156 points. Crazies is in second place on 113. Michael Races, who is due a win, I'm sure he wants that win tonight, he's in third place on 112. And then we've got Will Friedman in the other Nissan on 107. Bruges is in fifth place on 89 points. De Will in sixth on 86 points. And then we've got GTJ 1982 in seventh place on 66 points. Reedy's in eighth on 48. I Am Slow can't be with us today because of connection issues. Is currently in ninth place on 46 points. And then we've got Euphoric State in 10th on 44. So those guys are all fairly well grouped in the latter half of the top 10. And then I won't say bringing up the rear, but second part we've got Marek Mariola is in 11th on 38 points. We've got Tro in 12th on 36 points. Kevin Centre on 34 points in 13th. GT Jamie 141 is 14th on 30 points. Fresh Jinx 15th on 29. Kagatacos on 28. And Lurchies is in 17th place on 6. We do have a couple of new chaps joining us this evening. We've got a couple of reserves. Keynote is one of those. We've got two new perm guys in, Papano 92 and Evan